the Ollie tricks on the back burner for quite a while this summer. Though I dabbled, I really didn't do any proper maintenance on my Ollie tricks. And although I've been trying to fix that the last few weeks, I obviously need some more dedicated time to practicing these tricks. But due to the really large bag of tricks that I do practice, given I like different niches of skateboarding, especially freestyle, this can be tough, and it's only natural that my attention, time, and practice is going to be divided between a lot of tricks, so I try not to be too hard on myself. But there is one thing that I want to fix as soon as possible.
You see, I have this very specific problem with my Ollies, where when I drag my foot up to the nose, I'm accidentally tipping the board over, typically in a heel flip direction. And it's given me some pretty gnarly slams. I've really wanted to fix it. I've had a lot of trouble figuring out if it's just how I'm tilting my foot on the way up, because I do think that when I drag it down, I think I'm accidentally pushing into this toe side corner by accident, which is making it half flip. And of course, once my heel catches the side of the board, I get kind of thrown off a lot.
And the video evidence seems to support this. It looks like the major problem is how my toes flick out to the side after they reach the nose. But I really need to stop this. I need to push through the nose with the side of my foot. I need to use my knee and extend it forward, not twist my ankle and push with my toes like this. Even though I noticed this months ago, somehow it accidentally became a really bad habit.
That seems to be the issue, and I've worked really hard to fix it. I've tried to straighten my foot out, hold my toes up, just trying to think of anything that I could do. This is so silly, but the shoes help, and that's why I wanna talk about them today. I had to write it down because I can't remember the name of the shoes. So they're the Etnies Singleton XLT. And oddly enough, only the green version has the detail that I'm talking about today. So I figured I'd just turn this little session into a quick shoe review because there's really only one detail that I want to highlight. They're Volk shoes, which I tend to prefer. I really like the extra flexible sole. You get a lot of board feel. I can really feel my toes when they like creep over the edge of the board and they grab the side of the deck. I love that. I feel like I skate much better in Volk shoes. They're not super padded, but they're also not the thinnest shoe I've ever skated. They're just, yeah, they're enough. They're pretty thin though. They don't offer a ton of protection anywhere on the shoe. It is a slim, thin shoe. However, this detail right here, this little Ollie patch is what I want to talk about because it is probably my new favorite detail of any shoe I've ever skated. And that's literally just because I have this visual cue of the Ollie patch that I can see on my board when I'm standing on it. So what I try to do is just line up the Ollie patch with the center of my board and drag it straight down to my nose. And that has helped me reduce the number of times I do that exact slam I took.
The slam was unlucky, and definitely sus of me to be like, hey, these shoes help me Ollie better after showing it to you. But I mean it though. I can feel the difference. Once I started getting back into Ollies with these shoes, my Ollies started staying much more leveled out when skating. Because I can use the Ollie patch as a guide, I truly think that I'm using a better foot positioning and get a better drag of my front foot that's more accurate down the center of the board. I can also imagine pushing through the center of the board with that part of my foot and not with my toes. And that's really exciting because if I can build a better habit with these shoes, then I am going to take advantage of that. And I can only hope that over time, I'll overwrite that bad muscle memory and then be able to do this successfully with any shoes without even thinking about it. The Etnies Singleton Volks are great shoes. I've really enjoyed skating them. I think they're a really good shoe for how I like to skate and how I like my feet to feel when I'm skating. But to state the obvious, these shoes are not magical. I think that any shoe with a little Ollie patch like this could help me visualize dragging the right part of my shoe down the center of the board and help me stop twisting my ankle and tilting the nose like that.
That was my warm-up. I want to work on board slides today though. Today is also the first time that I'm trying deck rails, at least since I've started doing board slides. So let's see how those feel too. That's exciting. I felt really good doing board slides last time, so hopefully I can warm up and feel pretty good doing that today too, or at least trying them, right? That's super slick. That might be too slick. Oh, I'm definitely scared again all over. As far as durability goes, how long they last, I always struggle to gauge that since I'm mostly skating DKL grip tape, as I have been. I did grip my freshest setup with real grip tape since it's winter, and DKL doesn't perform as well in the winter time, I find, since it gets cold and gets a little more slippery, but I can't imagine that they're going to perform less as good as any other standard ski shoe. Okay, I don't know if you can see that in the angle, but I'm definitely jumping with my body weight over here and the board over here. So I need to be over my front foot more to get right up on top of the bar, and also get my body to stay over the board and not lean back.
The deck rails felt nice. They definitely slid really well and felt super secure once I was on top of the bar. However, they can't fix my lack of skill. I often slid down just one of the deck rails, which you can see here since I'm just leaning or standing too heavily on the heel side edge of the board, but that's a skill issue. I definitely felt more secure when I was in a good slide compared to how I felt without them, but they're not going to magically help me board slide. I've got to put in the work, and that's what I'm trying to do.
I'm gonna try to exaggerate putting my feet over the board. That was at least a good try. You can see that though, right? Like I'm doing like one of these. And that's just not okay. Too far. Gotta go home, but I really want one. Yes. Woo. Seriously, last try. That was actually super exciting. I think that's definitely the first time I've gotten onto the bar that many times, and that many times comfortably, quote unquote, because it's obviously not comfortable, but it's better than I was a couple sessions ago. So it's exciting to see how far I've come in just, this is I think my third session really working on that bar. So it really seems like that's the case with board slides. It seems like the fear is such a high barrier. It took me more than half the time I skated the rail just to get that courage to really do the trick correctly, because I find that when I'm scared I suddenly start doing tricks incorrectly. So I pop wrong, I level out wrong, I don't put my body weight where I know it needs to go, it just kind of all falls apart the moment I'm afraid, which is why I can't take the advice to just go faster because it will help, because the moment I go faster, the trick falls apart. And this is working for me. You know, the moderate speed, I'm getting better at committing, better at trying it. And every session I'm putting my board onto the bar a few more times. And I even got a land, like what I will count as a land, because I was really stoked on it. So that's exciting. I do really like these shoes. I would definitely buy another pair in the future if I want to. I mean, I don't know if it'll be available in the future. Also, now is actually a really good time to buy shoes because Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, there's a lot of sales going on. So if you want shoes, I would definitely look for them right now because a lot of shoes are even like half off. So I would stock up on your favorite pairs right now if you're in the market for some shoes. I just bought a couple. I now have 2 shoes, a Volk and a cup sole for my decal grip boards, and a Volk and a cup sole for my regular grip boards, because I decide what shoe I want to wear based on how I really want to focus skating that day. Sometimes I just grab a shoe that I think goes well with my outfit. So I've been enjoying kind of adjusting the color palette of my clothes recently. So I like having a couple pairs of different colored shoes that I can put together an outfit with. I've enjoyed that. I have never enjoyed that in the past, and I've really enjoyed that recently. So I hope that you enjoyed the video and a little bit of my ramblings. I hope you're all getting lots of rest, lots of skates, and having a good time.